Yo! What up, guys? Notice the know-it-all here. My intro doesn't have to be fucking crazy and expressive to get your attention now, does it? Well, maybe it does. And maybe actually it needed to be a little bit different and weird. And maybe I needed to use a swear word to activate your primal reptile brain to get your attention. But who knows, right? Who fucking knows? Who fucking cares? What I want to talk about today is something a little bit deeper than getting attention with intros on YouTube. This is something that actually holds people back from creating their visions and their dreams in real life right now. It keeps people teeter-tottering back and forth in their head, playing games of tug-of-war and not really taking action. And that is polarity of life, okay? You're always going to have two sides of the coin, and you're never going to know what the right answer is from your level of consciousness until you take action. Don't get stuck in that little pocket of polarity. I guess that's a good way to describe it, right? A pocket of polarity, stuck between decisions, indecisiveness, right? And we just procrastinate and procrastinate and procrastinate, and we never really get anything done. Like for this video, I don't even have a script, obviously, as you can tell probably by now. And I was just, I had an idea, and I was like, I'm going to go get in front of the camera, spit this idea out. Now, if I was like, well, how do I want to structure it, blah, 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 I probably wouldn't have done it, okay? Now, that could go either way, because there's truth on both sides of the equation. Yeah, you want to be a little bit prepared for your videos. Probably not chewing gum at the moment. But, you got to realize something, okay? You got to know yourself. I want you to notice who you are. And once you realize and notice who you are, then you got to act accordingly. I mean, at the same time, if you need a script, write a fucking script, right? If you know that writing a script is going to make you procrastinate and not get in front of the fucking camera like me, go get in front of the fucking camera, okay? I keep saying fucking, but alright, I'm taking it out. Okay, so an example of this would be like you picking a brand name. You can't choose what you want your company to be called, etc., etc. You don't know which one will look better, which one will get the most attention, blah, blah, blah.
People be like, well, what if it works, but that wasn't supposed to be my name? Well, now you're getting into buts and what ifs, and if you want to go down that route, we could argue whether or not there is some divine purpose and meaning to everything that happens in life, and there might be, like my name's Daniel, but like there's a lot of Daniels, bro. So is there like is everybody supposed to be called Daniel, Trevor, Jason? Like, are we all supposed to have these names and supposed to have similar names as other people on purpose? Because like why? No, like the system and like what we created. Like, are we supposed to live in these houses? Like, are we supposed to like have iPhones? Like, are we supposed, like, I don't know. It's just what happened, and how it happens is how it's happening. You just fucking roll with the fucking punches. You never know if something's supposed to be or if it was like divine. You kind of just trust the universe, right? Like, was I supposed to break my collarbone and like have pain 8 years later? I don't know, but a lot of good shit's coming out of that, like me growing and me actually searching and trying to become a better person and self-development, etc., etc. Now, if I was just chilling, didn't have that pain, I mean, that's just one of the pains, but if I didn't have that physical pain and some other things that I'm going through, I mean, I'd be comfortable probably, and I'd probably have everything like all good, and when things are all good, are they really? Like, are you really lucky if you're really lucky? Or is that unlucky? Because you could look at it like, oh well, I want this lifestyle, which is like all fun and games, but like if you're a guy, you're supposed to be a warrior. Okay, you're supposed to go out and actually do stuff that is uncomfortable to leave a legacy here. But if you're just a little fun little playboy, just having fun, just living life for fucking your self pleasure, that's pretty. Well, here, I don't judge, first of all. First of all, I don't judge. And there's a couple people that I do admire that do live this type of lifestyle. And I just take bits and pieces from them. But you're going to be remembered as that. And if that's not part of your story, it's either like you're all that or not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's either like, well, see, this is so fucking deep. Because it's like, You see people that are well balanced, and then you see people that are extreme, and then you're like, well, I don't know, like I don't want to be like that extreme, but I don't want to be like that balanced because then like sometimes when you're super balanced, you don't even become a jack of all trades. You're just mediocre at everything, right? So it's like, who knows, you know? Like I don't know, go experience, go do something though, go make mistakes, go see what's up, you know? So, um, there really is no closure on this topic except for the fact that there is no closure. Like the closure is that there is no closure. Like end of discussion. Like there's no closure on this. So you go out and make your own story, own your own story. Okay, own your own story, create your own tale. You know, you feel me? You want your fucking name in the stars, right? Well, is your name gonna be written like with is it gonna be like I don't want Daniel in the stars. Like there's already Daniel of the fucking Bible. Like what's Daniel to me, right? That's an example. It's kind of like I wouldn't want to be fucking Kobe Bryant. Like I wouldn't want to like live like Kobe Bryant and like if you go and you play basketball, you gotta like make your own lane, right? Like you like there's some people that are this, some people that are this. They all have like their own thing, but like none of them are like the same, right? They don't want to be exactly the same. Like I don't want to go be Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant's already Kobe Bryant, right? There's probably another Kobe Bryant out there. He's like, fuck, my name's Kobe Bryant and I ain't doing shit with my life. You know what I mean? Like I'm not Daniel. I'm Notice the Know-It-All, okay? I'm a kid who notices a lot of things. He's very observant in the moment. And sometimes he comes off as a know-it-all. Alright? Yeah, I'm Notice. Like straight up, I hope you notice for real. And sometimes I am seriously sarcastic, and some people don't really get my sarcasm. But that's okay, because sarcasm isn't for everybody. But it is for people who can laugh at the bad stuff, the unlucky stuff, the whatever stuff. I'm gonna laugh at that part of life to make it so it's like it's like Play-Doh. You know when Play-Doh, like you leave it out, it gets all dry and shit, and you can't really do anything with it. Well, like when you laugh, you make the Play-Doh like of life more malleable. You can actually change it. It becomes softer. It softens things up, bro. Laugh. Like, take it easy, bro. Relax. Just go watch some comedy shit. You'll fucking cure yourself of whatever you're going through. Like, you know what I mean? What's his name? Jim Carrey said, you know, his life goal was to free people of worry or like free people of, what was the word he used? Free people of yeah, I mean, I guess it's a synonym of worry, whatever he used, so it doesn't really matter. Like free people of worry. So like he's out there making people laugh, freeing them of worry. Like that's what he wants to do with his life. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't only want to do that with my life. Sometimes I think that you do need to be not worried, but you need to be shocked into reality. You know, you can be this super optimistic person, always happy, loving life and shit like that, and that's great. The only thing is it's not the best. Because, I mean, the flip side is you're super negative and pessimistic and nothing happens out of that. Super optimism, though, you get let down. Okay? Now, you could say, well, if you're super optimistic, you can look at something that happened that wasn't that good, but you can still be optimistic about it. Yes, you can, and yes, that could be great. But what if that thing that happened requires some retaliation? There is moments that require retaliation. Okay, you can't just turn the other cheek your whole life. I mean, well, we can even go and debate about this, right? Like, I mean, if your purpose is to be Jesus, and now in the world, if everybody was Jesus, we'd have a pretty nice world, right? But that's a utopia. Okay, go look at the jungle. Like I've seen footage of lions like like saving deers and shit like that. We're not like saving deers, but like they're chilling with the deers. Like they're not really like attacking them at that moment because at that moment there was like some compassion. But that's not always the dynamic. The dynamic is lions have to eat. And I'm pretty sure that they don't want to always kill things. Like they're not like killing for fun. You'll never see like a lion just like fucking killing for fun. I've seen domesticated animals do that because I think like when you try to domesticate a wild animal, they get perverted. Same thing with humans. But yeah, like No, the dynamic is these things need to eat. So they don't want to kill the freaking deer. They just have to kill the deer. You know what I mean? So sometimes you have to retaliate, or you're gonna be the deer. You know what I mean? Um, and you could even argue that Jesus became the deer, stoned and crucified. That's martyrdom. You know? You want to become a martyr? That's cool. Go become a martyr. Like, cool. Like, I actually wanted to for like the longest time. I was like I had the Jesus complex in my mind. Like, wow, I want to give the ultimate sacrifice. But that's ego because you're like, it's not completely selfless, right? It's not completely selfless. Maybe Jesus was completely selfless, but I can't see that. For me, I can't see that. I always dreamed of glory. I always dreamed of helping people and actually being appreciated for it because that energy actually heals us. Like you have your ego and your lower self, and you have your middle self, and you have your higher self, and you need to feed them all. Like I truly believe you need to feed them all. There's like all these little wolves or whatever you want to call them inside of us, snakes, whatever you want to call them, reptiles. You gotta feed them. You gotta feed them. You gotta keep. I mean, you can't just shut those things off because that causes resistance, and that causes, yeah, like when you cause resistance, things tend to make friction, and that causes energy to be created, which then causes things to build because there's more energy, more fuel in that fire, and that fire needs to be relate. So like you could say, well, are you trying to say like if you're an alcoholic, take a drink to like take the edge off or whatever? I would say stop calling yourself an alcoholic, first of all, because that would just be calling yourself a victim, right? But then you're like, oh well, are you calling ourselves a victim of like the animal kingdom and like we have this nature in us? And it's kind of like a gay person. Are they born gay? And if they are born gay, can they just stop being gay by if they didn't call themselves gay? Well, all of that is super debatable, and the alcoholic thing is also very debatable. So I'm not trying to say like, oh, like just stop calling yourself an alcoholic and you solve your fucking problem. No, it's not like that. But everything is like a pattern, right? Yeah, sometimes it's in our genes because like over time in the past, like we had things that our ancestors did, and then now we do that. It's like autopilot, right? It gets ingrained into our unconscious mind, but we gotta shock ourselves out of that shit. It takes about 3 weeks to make a new habit. Like there's no alcoholic in the world that can't solve his issue, right? It's not even an issue. Like he's just looking at it like that. It is. I mean, it is an issue, but if he would reframe it in his mind and only focus on solutions, that issue would become less, and the solutions would become more. So I mean, it's just all a reframe. Like, how do you look at it, and then from there, what are you gonna do about it? I kind of went off on a tangent with this, but that's good because that's what I'm all about. I'm all about tangents. I'm all about just letting shit flow. Anyways, notice note all. Remember, it's just frame of mind, just my perspective. Everything is, you know, pers- everything is subjective. Everything is debatable, and I'm just here to give my insights. And my insight flips sometimes. I am sometimes incongruent. Sometimes I'm like, I believe this, and then the next day I believe that because I saw something and I saw that I was wrong, so I changed. It's like you're going in the moment. You're swimming, right? You're going with the currents. Like a wave is coming at you, it could change the way it's coming. Like everything changes in life. You gotta go with it. You gotta move with it, and that's why my name's Notice and not Realize. Because when you notice something in the moment, you can make a quick change. When you realize something, it's like an epiphany, and you shift your whole entire life. I want to have I want to have less of those huge shifts and more in the moment shifts going in a direction that is congruent to who I am. So yeah, peace out. I hope you guys got some great value from this content.